In the misty realms of Norse mythology, where stars whispered secrets and mountains held untold tales, there lived creatures of darkness and mystery, the trolls. Gather round, dear traveler, for within this land of myth and legend, the trolls await with stories both fearsome and wondrous. Once upon a time, in the rugged and majestic land of Norway, there lived a farmer burdened with debts as heavy as the mountains that surrounded his humble homestead. Desperate to repay what he owed, he turned to his sons for help. Yet, fate had a curious way of choosing its champions, and it was not the eldest or the strongest who would answer the call, but the youngest, a boy named Askeladden. Now, Askeladden was not your typical hero. He was small in stature and often overlooked by those around him. But beneath his unassuming exterior lay a heart as brave as any warrior's, and a cunning mind sharper than the keenest blade. When the farmer tasked his 3 sons with venturing into the forest to gather wood for sale, it was Askeladden who accepted the challenge without hesitation. His older brothers scoffed at the notion, recounting tales of a fearsome troll who guarded the woods with an iron fist, driving away any who dared to intrude upon his domain. Undeterred, Askeladden set out into the forest, armed with nothing but a piece of cheese to sustain him. Sure enough, as he delved deeper into the forest, he soon encountered the troll, a towering behemoth with eyes like smoldering embers and a voice that rumbled like distant thunder. Yet instead of cowering in fear, Askeladden stood his ground, brandishing the piece of cheese as though it were a weapon of great power. With quick thinking and even quicker fingers, Askeladden squeezed the cheese until the whey oozed out, tricking the troll into believing it was a rock. Impressed by the boy's supposed strength, the troll offered to aid him in his woodcutting endeavors. Together they toiled, the troll's great hands making light work of the trees. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with the colors of fire and blood, the troll invited Askeladden to its lair for a meal, a place where no human had dined and lived to tell the tale. Within the cavernous home of the troll, Askeladden was met with a task seemingly impossible: to carry water in buckets so vast they could drown the sun. But the boy, with a wit as sharp as the edge of winter, declared the buckets too small and offered to bring the entire spring instead. The troll, fearing the ruin of its abode, hastily agreed to exchange chores. Once the meal was prepared, Askeladden proposed a contest of appetites. They ate bowl after bowl, the porridge steaming like the hot springs of the north. Unseen by the troll, Askeladden filled his knapsack, hidden beneath his shirt, with the hearty fare. When it could hold no more, he cut a hole in it, and the porridge spilled forth into the fire. The troll, its belly stretched and groaning, marveled at the boy's insatiable hunger. Askeladden suggested the troll cut a hole in its own stomach, as he appeared to have done, to eat without end. The troll, its wits as dull as a weathered rock, did so and fell, lifeless, to the ground. Askeladden, with a heart both light and heavy, gathered the troll's hoard of gold and silver. He returned to his father, the debts now as fleeting as the morning mist. Askeladden's tale, a testament to the power of cunning over might, was woven into the tapestry of Norse folklore, to be told by the fireside for generations to come. Deep within the misty forests and rugged mountains of Norway, there dwell the trolls, creatures of legend and lore, beings both feared and revered. These ancient beings come in various forms, each with its own unique traits and powers, but all sharing a common thread of danger and mischief. There are two main types of trolls in Norse folktales. First, there are the forest and mountain trolls, towering giants of brute strength and limited intellect. Their forms are hewn from the very essence of the wild, with limbs as sturdy as oaks and hearts that beat to the rhythm of the earth. They are the wielders of nature's wrath, capable of uprooting trees to serve as their clubs, summoning the fury of hurricanes and commanding the snow to descend in relentless avalanches. Venture deeper beneath the surface where the sun's rays dare not reach, and you will find the cave trolls. Unlike their towering kin, these trolls are smaller, their bodies round and robust, with limbs crafted for the art of burrowing and delving. They are the masters of deception, using their bond with the earth to lead unwary travelers astray, ensnaring them in labyrinths of stone and shadow. But regardless of their habitat or appearance, all trolls share certain characteristics. They are unfriendly towards humans, often depicted as dim-witted and prone to violence. Yet, for all their strength and cunning, trolls are not invincible. Church bells, symbols of light and faith, have the power to drive them into a frenzy, while lightning, the weapon of Thor himself, can strike them down with deadly force. Gaze upon the landscapes of Norway, and you will see the legacy of trolls etched into the very stone. The Trollstigen mountain pass, with its serpentine roads, and the iconic Trolltunga rock formation, jutting out like a tongue of defiance, are but two of the many monuments named in their honor. Legend has it that trolls are also vulnerable to sunlight, turning to stone when exposed to its rays, creating the majestic crags that now stand as silent sentinels over the land. The earliest trolls were born from the ink of the old Icelandic sagas, where the term troll was as fluid as the misty fjords, sometimes synonymous with the Jotun or Risi. They were enigmatic beings, shrouded in the mystery of kennings, poetic metaphors that painted them as gnawers of the moon and companions of the Sibyl. In these ancient texts, trolls were indistinguishable from the giants, creatures of immense power and primal force. As the sagas gave way to the Edda, the trolls found their form. They were creatures of nature, embodying the untamed and the unknown. The prose Edda, penned by Snorri Sturluson, offered glimpses into the world where trolls were as much a part of the landscape as the mountains and the forests. They were the embodiment of the natural world's wrath and wonder, feared and revered in equal measure. With the spread of Christianity, trolls began to take on a darker hue. They were pushed to the fringes of the world, to the caves and the deep woods, becoming symbols of the pagan past. The church bells chime, and Thor's thunderbolts were said to drive them into exile, and they grew more isolated, more fearsome. Herr Mannalig is a haunting Swedish folk ballad that narrates the tale of a female mountain troll's marriage proposal to a young human man named Sir Mannalig. The troll attempts to woo Sir Manalig with extravagant gifts, including 12 steeds that have never been saddled, 12 mills with golden stones and silver wheel spokes, a gilded sword that guarantees victory in battle, and a silken shirt woven with care. Despite the troll's generous offerings, Sir Manalig rejects her proposal. He refuses to marry her because she is not a Christian, and he perceives her as the devil's voice. As time marched on, the trolls of folklore diverged from their mythological ancestors. They became more nuanced, often portrayed as foolish or magical, yet always deeply tied to the natural world of Norway. The trolls of later folk tales were less the colossal forces of chaos and more the mischievous, albeit still dangerous, dwellers of the hidden places. From the ancient sagas to the modern screen, trolls have journeyed through history, changing in form but constant in essence. They are the keepers of secrets, the whispers in the forest, and the shadows beneath the bridge. As long as the wild places remain, so too will the stories of the trolls, ever evolving, ever enduring. In the end, should you cross paths with a troll, remember this: arm yourself with wit, carry a knapsack filled with cheese, and let the peal of bells be your shield. For then it is not the strength of arms that triumphs, but the strength of one's cunning. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to hear more stories from around the world, let me know in the comment section.